It's Chris and welcome back to the C. What do we have on the show today? Today we have a package in USPS Ground Advantage from Mr. James all the way over in Des Moines, Iowa. There's potatoes out there, I think, or corn. He needed some help on a 500 plus, so we're going to take a look at that. Is a piece of cardboard. Hey, at least we have styrofoam, we don't have paper. Zara. Whew. What do we get? What do we get? Oh, Christmas.
No! God, please, no! No!
Okay, so we have an Amiga 500 plus. Gary is as green as a 3-year-old nose. Yeah, that's great. U12 here, one of the flip-flops for your memory. Needs the teeth brushed. The real joy of a 500 plus, the old Varta. So Commodore in their infinite wisdom stuck the Gary data path right through the battery here. So these lines, these resistors, these legs of Gary, and your bus lines down through these points over through the RAM, which run down and over, and it's a lot of fun. They always get chewed up. This unit doesn't work. It's been reported not to work. Let's see what my electronic note. Mr. James writes, "Hi Chris, would you like to give a shot at repairing an Amiga 500 Plus? I have a revision 8A, 1 meg, Kickstart 204, doesn't work, doesn't even give a color-coded screen. I removed the battery. The motherboard looks pretty good, except for green on U212. So we're going to have to do a couple things to this. Number one, we're going to pop out the old Gary chip. I'm going to use my special removal tool. Now remember, chubby checker. Oh God, listen to that crunch. Ooh, yeah! You can use a dip extractor, but sometimes the legs are physically stuck with crap. To the Gary chip. Here's Gary. You're thinking, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. My camera sucks. One day I promise. I look for good cameras. They're too expensive for me, and yeah, I gotta buy parts. I'm not rich. It's a 44-pin dip. We're also going to test on Gary. For that, we're going to be using the BackBit Chiptester. Dot to the left, maximum it can do. And we're going to, oh shit, you can't see any of that. We're going to test old Gary here. And hit the button. Select him. Press test. Do we get a green light? Oh crap.
Shit.
AOV RTW. Gary has bit the farm.
This chick is toast!
So that's all battery acid. Why doesn't Gary work? Probably because half of those via rings are broken. But we don't know until we clean it up. Now you can see we got a little bit of poop on the Q-tip. It's nothing major, but I'm just doing a quick socket removal, debraid, alcohol scrub. Look at that. Looks a lot better. You see this piece of dookie right here? Well, that is actually like a pus pocket. It's battery acid that, and we can pop its little zit here, like my analogies, and get it down. I'm just scraping roughly to show you on camera. And then when you squirt it, you can scrub that area out. Now I'll have to do this a lot on this, okay? Scrub this area and it'll remove that. You see, I got a little bit more to do, but we've neutralized any underlayment. That ground point up here is going to need to be touched too, as well as all of this. And you can see the damage here too. So we're going to scratch a lot of this out. It's going to look gross. And we're going to have to fiberglass pen some of these points just to wake them up and check their continuity. But these run through the battery bar flange, around this pole of negative, and down and through these points here and down to the bus and over to the memory chips. So this is all your RAM bus through here, data bus. I think it even says data path on it somewhere. Yeah, data path over there, data path. But this is all memory path right here. Various stuff. Now a great resource to, if you don't know where a line goes and you're having problems with finding stuff, is Amiga PCB Explorer. So you can see here I'm on pin, what happened to it? This one. And see that little blue line that went bip right to that resistor? That's a simple check. You can touch that line, touch that resistor, and I have beep. That's kind of how I do it. Now, I use Sprint Layout. It's very similar, more granular controlled. I can move my mouse to move in and out, etc. But this will work for me. And I have to do this 48 times. Isn't this fun? R112, third nipple here, to its closest point, which is these battery quick test holes right above these things here, right above the pins. I have nothing from here north, but if I take that same pin and go to U11 pin 1, I have continuity. So that runs right to this chip right here, pin 1. And we got beeps. So that means our break is from here to this resistor.
I'm making cheeseburgers. Do you want one?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We're making cheeseburgers. See those gold lines that are supposed to be copper? See all the pepper in them? They're not making contact. Where you at? 2 wires done. You look nice. So there's 3. I did the final one. It was just such a pain in the butt getting that little thing tucked around because it's on the riser. There are lots of acid on this board. Just got to give it a whole hose down, neutralize anything that's on there. DiagROM is in, mouse is in, serial's hooked up, hit it. DiagROM is on, and we have failed RAM. Don't worry about that, that's DiagROM. It's searching for memory address to run DiagROM. It's looking anywhere. It'll eventually say system halted because it can't find any RAM. Can't find any mem at all, no chip mem, halting system. Alright, so I turned it on and off really quick, just, sorry, so I could see what's going on. So it writes to 400, so FFFF to 400, okay. It's the first write of code. 0FF to 400 failed. FF to 400 again, okay. 0 to 400 failed. Even, odd, okay, okay. What chips control memory on an Amiga 500? It could be these buffer chips here easily because the whole area is just pure ass. I only went through the battery lines to get them squared away for the resistors to get Gary working again. The acid in another 500 plus repair that I did got underneath of a lot of the chips and ended up killing them. It crept up their legs. That's what I think U12 happened because it was so green. It's still very green. I think it gets up and it gets into the chip even through the silicone. When they get like that, they get murdered and the acids go up into the chip and it dies. You see that level of crap in there? Yeah, see how it went up in it? See the leak down underneath of it? It went up into that pin and killed her. And if you look here on the board, see that green pile of S? Yep, that's leak out. So, Coca-Cola Not the permatine stuff, the good stuff, but you know. So just heat the pins up, and I pull them out. Alright, I'm going to debraid these holes. Good morning, it's like 7 a.m. Today I'm scoping for CAS and RAS, not only on the RAM chips, but on the buffers. And what we're looking for on column address select is a 4-pulse repeating pattern. So we'll see 4 pulses, 4 pulses, 4 pulses. Yeah, column address select is just stuck. I'll turn it off and turn it on with the, here we go. Alright, I saw something. I'm going to check the row address. Row address select is working. See how there's something trying right here? There you go. It's on a reset loop, which is fine. Now normally I would zoom into that, you'd see the 4 like I did before.
2 hours later.
There we go. There we go. That looks better. There's your 4 pulses. You can see the reboot. Alright, so we have half of it. We have a piece of it. Alright, so next I'm going to check Agnes write enable. That's a start. That's 2 signals I got back. I think read is high, write is low, R_W. So watch. Read, write, read, write, read, write. That's functional. Alright, so we're going to be testing the RAS and CAS signals here. And they are always these points in front of Agnes underneath the Commodore Chicken Lips logo and the A. So these are all your test points for all of your signals. So right here is RAS 0. And you have right next to it RAS 1. And then right next to that is CAS U. And then right next to that is the CAS L. And then right next to that, you're going to have data lines, DRAs. And then these are all data lines, DRA 9, DRA 7, DRA this.
And that's one to grow on.
I'm taking Paula out. We did Gary. Gary's got a new socket. Paula, there we go. Alright, here we go. A364. Paula. You see that? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Select, test. We're just looking for a green light. Oh, piss.
Did you see the memo about this?
See, guys, this is why I need your help with Patreon.
If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great.
Because I gotta buy all these chips. Alright, so here's another Paula. Let's pull this one out. And put this one in. Paula passed. Denise. See, this bullshit. A373. Denise. Test. It's gonna fail. Everything is Ash City over here. Everything. This battery leaked for years. And then somebody sold it on eBay probably, and this person bought it. I have a starting point of trying to trace this, and I have half of a machine because I have column address select but not row. Hi, it's been 5 hours. Where was I? Okay, we're going to do Gary. The interrupter of today is Mr. Randall Jessup. I put an Ethernet card on eBay. Someone inquired about shipping to the UK and asked if I was the Randall Jessup. He's one of the people who built the 3000 with the DSP and has gotten the DSP doing modeling. Probably Darren. I said, you are way more popular than you know. He goes, downside of hosting the Deathbed Vigil Party and maybe my Ancient Boing Awards for helping people online on the old Bix Comp Sys Amiga. We chat a lot. I enjoy greatly the conversations with you guys. So never feel like you're interrupting. It's part of the show now. And as you see, sometimes it gets a little out of hand, but I always answer you guys, and I always chat back, and I always throw the interrupter of the day in the video. And I just think it's something neat, so shoot me a message here on the old Facebooker if you want to be the interrupter of the day. You might hear your name called. Hi, welcome back. It's another day. I got the same shirt on. Still haven't replaced Omnibot's battery. I took some time last night when I said I was getting off, and I didn't. I just stopped recording. I finished out the two buffers, the 373 and the other 74 TTLs here, and I socketed them. Whoop, and I'm just putting the chips in. I got my serial hooked up. Let me get my continuity tester out of the way. It's, you know, metal. And we're going to go for it. And I replaced one of the buffers up here with all the acid cleaned up, all the lines, address lines, fixed underneath with the wire. Here we go. You ready? Does it work or not? Yes!
Awesome! Totally awesome!
Yes! Haha! Haha, it's DiagROM. It should freaking A, man.
Oh, gnarly!
Hot doggity dog. Phew, that was fun. We got mouse movement. Let's do the CIAs. Test, whoops. Well, that'll work. It's a PAL unit, so it's going to be all in PAL. Serial's working. We're good, good, good. NTSC will fail. The experimental will show both. We only have one mega chip because I don't have my thingamabobber in. Put this half mega in. Alright. Now we should have 1.5. 1.5. So she's all chip RAM on the 500 plus or Rev 8 A500. Chip RAM memory test. As long as it gets past 1024, the rest is going to be my little adapter thing. Now on top of her spaghetti, all covered with cheese, she's all cleaned up and addressed. I'm going to put some green solder mask over this. There is some green or tan lime, Sally Hansen Extreme, acrylic fingernail polish. This will dry to close to the green of the motherboard, even though this one's goldish green, but it'll dry to like that hue. The bottom, on the other hand, well, you know, she's got a little bit of weeds because of all the wiring I had to do. There we go. So we're already past that. We're into my chip RAM. We'll skip that. We passed. Awesome sauce. This mofo is fixed. That only took about 10-ish hours. Parallel port is connected. Any key to start. We are good. Alright, parallel port's good. Because I don't have a keyboard. Well, I did, but it got destroyed in the accident, great accident of 2024, when my shelf collapsed on everything. I had a keyboard, it was great. I'll order another one off eBay or something. Carefully lift my ROM out. We're going to put 204 in, remember, on the 500 plus, 612, one pin down unless you're rocking a 42 pin ROM. Here we go, final thing before we do some ATK tests. Kickstart, baby, 204, come on.
You're the goddamn Iron Chef.
285, saved. 285 Amigas have been saved. Would you like to help me to continue to afford to buy parts and stuff and everything I do to help save Amigas? Consider joining my Patreon. It's only $1 a month. My fat self spends more in lunch in one day.
Would you like some chicken? I've got more.
No thanks.
So if you want to, if not, that's cool too. Maybe just a thumbs up or a comment. I would appreciate it. So thanks to all my current patrons that help me. I know I've said that a lot lately, but I have been bleeding them out like mad, and this stuff is still expensive. And thank you to everybody that has ever contributed a single penny to me. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. Boink. There we go. Just sent Mr. James T. a nice volley of photos from the repair. Are we done? We're done with the repair, but are we done with this turkey? Okay, serial test. Green is good. Green is good. Alright, we're going to do the loop back parallel test. So we did serial. Green is good. Parallel. We are rocking. All of our lines and chips and doohickeys are good. Perfect. Memory, 1 mega fast, because I unplugged my dude. We tested that on DiagROM. Floppy drive, we're not testing. Audio, we tested. Audio, we tested on DiagROM. Video, RGB, perfect. Pixel, and checkerboard that doesn't work on alternating on this monitor. A little bit. It's a little bit, but this monitor corrects interlace, so you might see a little bit of flicker near my hand. Right, left, left, down. Oh yeah, sucker. What's this? Oh yeah, come get some. Well, but as you can see, another Amiga 500 Plus in this case has been saved. And by the time this video comes out, Mr. James should have this back, hopefully in its case, and be rocking along enjoying it again. So that wraps it up for this 500 Plus. By the time this video comes out, Mr. James should be enjoying this again immensely. That's all I got for this episode. Thank you guys for coming along. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?